Hello, and hello anybody out there. I have done 2 intros on this, just little intros on what I'm about to do. 6.5 weeks to go. It's meant to be an 8-week blood sugar diet, but a week and a half has passed. Now, there's also the Michael, Michael, I have got a selfie stick for a change, but it's between my knees, so I'm just keep it there. Michael and Mosley has also done this book. It's similar to the other one. In fact, I was reading this one, lost it, started reading the other one, so I thought try that. He's also done the 5-2 diet, and he's also done fast exercise. Now, they all kind of link in, and all the knowledge that you gain in one transfers over to the other. So I mean, I started reading them about 2 years ago when I was kind of looking to shed some extra fat, when I became 2 stone heavier. So anyway, as I said in my previous video, little by little it crept on, doing care work, long shifts, mainly in kind of cakes and sugary things. It just kind of went on. It wasn't a massive load of food, but I suppose the long hours, I did end up eating quite a lot. Anyway, enough of that. So this is the plan. Choose one of them, the diet's not a good word. I mean, let's say eating regime, right? So if you were, say, diabetic and you had a fatty liver and you was like pre-diabetic, say, and you really needed to, regain your blood sugar level to be reduced in a sharp way, because your insulin's out of control, and maybe you're pre-diabetic and you don't want to don't want to become diabetic, go for this book. I was going to try and do it, but to be honest with you, 800 calories a day is quite extreme. So and when I'm still eating now, as I've tried like a week ago, 2,000, under 2,000, I'm still having like 2,500. So boring and sorry, but let's stick to the plot. So I think I'm going to do the 5-2, which is 5 days a week of, I'm going to go for 1,600. For me, that'd be a massive drop. And at 2 days a week of 800 calories. So I will therefore be using anything from this book and anything from this book. So, like I say, look up Dr. Michael Mosley, and you can read all about that. But I will quickly tell you, I will stop this video because I feel I've waffled and I don't get a lot of views anyway. So I am going to go straight into the tips. In fact, I'm going to do them right now. Number 1 tip is this: decide the day you're going to start this, write it on your calendar. I always find the beginning of a month is great. If the beginning of a month is a weekend, then that's not so great. If the beginning of the month's Monday, that's brilliant. Anyway, so it's going to start this on... I've already started mine, so I'm just going to continue on. So my day's off today, so I'll probably am eating a little more. Tomorrow I'm back at work, so the main thing is to get your lunchbox. If you have food at work, try and get your own food sorted, and then you can work out exactly what you're having. Like, say, a Mediterranean diet. I personally have things like this: sardines every day, olives, lettuce, a little bit of oil, and that makes up about 600 calories. And then later on I have half an apple, a bit of carrot. But the main thing about the whole thing is this: that you're not eating, like, so when you go to bed at night, let's pretend you go to bed at 11 o'clock, then in the morning you don't eat, and if I eat anything, I eat that thing, I said in my last video. Now, this is the only thing that stops me eating, is psyllium husk. Organic psyllium husk. It's a fibre thickener. The only warning I would give with it is the fact that just putting a couple of little teaspoons, because it thickens up really quickly. A few months ago, I added some to a drink of my kefir, Kefir milk, which I have every day, which is a brilliant probiotic. You can either buy it or make your own up with milk. I put too much in. I left it in the fridge and I wolfed it down because I was so hungry. I was cooking my partner some eggs and I thought, oh God, I've got to eat something. Anyway, shoveled a spoonful in, shoved it down my throat, and usually it slithers down like semolina sort of thing. Oh my God, it got stuck in my throat. I won't go through the actions on here, but I literally could not breathe. I was trying to cough it out. I couldn't. Partner was luckily in the kitchen, saw me in distress. I had the chest compression, deep abdominal thrust, it's called. And after that and a few hard pats, it flew out my mouth. So now whenever I eat my psyllium husk fibre drink, I am very careful that A, it's the right consistency, and if B, it reminds me of how it was, I eat it really slowly and chew it up. So yeah, that's the other tip. It is, I hear farming noise. I was coming down here because it was quite a, I can't remember what I was going to say. Hang on a minute. Yeah, no, I've lost the train of thought there. But no, I'd just say psyllium husk is really brilliant, because the idea with intermittent fasting is, while you're intermittent fasting, meaning you're not eating anything other than, like, I'd have a coffee, tea. I use stevia. It took me 2 years to like stevia. I used to use a white granulated sugar substitute called something like urethol or something. It was about £8 a kilo. I went for about, I don't know, £150 worth of it. But nowadays I use stevia. It is so cheap, and the thing with stevia is you don't need a heaped teaspoon. You literally, when you put your tea, you spoon in your tea and it's wet, then dip it in the bowl of, you know, like the green powder stevia. You can buy granulated, but it's expensive. So what I buy is literally, I've just bought a kilo for 20 quid. You can buy 100 grams for a £5. That will last you months. Mine will last me probably 2 years. I thought I'll buy it, get started on it properly, because I'm not going back to the white sugar. Occasionally I have like a half teaspoon of white sugar, you know, like brown sugar in the evening as my last drink, but not always. Sorry if that's boring, but I'm just telling you, because the main hardest thing is the addiction to sugar. It's taken me over 2 years to say that I can go past chocolates and not think, oh, I have one of them, or think, oh, I'll tuck a few of them away, like at work, in the staff has been given some chocolates, and I think, oh, I'll have my little share and I'll give them to someone. But you can guarantee probably a month or so down the line I'll probably give some away and I'll eat some. So yeah, sugar addiction is quite, in fact, I started on this last week. I was doing quite well, you know, with not, again, the intermittent fasting, which I've just started properly again, 16 hours generally. I got some little almond nuts with sugar on them, you know, like what are they called? I can't think what you call it. Sugar glazed almond nuts, but it's a tradition in Italy. It was. So when a relative got, my niece recently got married, I was given some. I thought, well, I'll keep them. There's at 5 in a little swan, pretty little netting thing. Going off a tangent a bit, but the point about the addiction is I had them on there for over a year, and then the thought popped into my head, and I tell you what, before I went to bed, and my partner had gone up to bed, I went in the kitchen. It was about 11 at night. Bearing in mind I'd started this 8-week blood sugar diet that I said I'd vlog like now, like, I don't know, I was going to vlog a few days ago, and I stuffed them in I was like, I had to eat them. So they're gone. So the point being, if you can avoid taking sugary things or having the treats around, great, but obviously if you've got a family and they're going to have them, then it's going to be harder. So the answer would be to have some substitute things in. So the other thing I used to have a little tub. My daughter used to give me like little skinny bars. They're not great because they still have like sweeteners in and stuff, but they were better than going for a full-blown Mars bar or something. And little by little I've trained myself, right? So that's the point. You have to learn to trick yourself and train yourself. And eventually your gut biome, the things in your stomach will not be so desperate to have the sugars, because you'll have a healthy gut. And, pardon me, a healthy stomach and a gut biome equals higher metabolism. Higher metabolism equals more calories burned, more energy, more importantly, more energy to get on and do things and not feel sluggish. And, you know, the trouble with sugar is as soon as you have it, you get like an instant boost of energy. 20 minutes later, you're feeling sluggish because you've had so much insulin being produced to try and lower your blood sugar level. Your fat cells get pumped up, and you can't, no matter how busy you are, you're not going to lose an ounce of fat or while you've eaten loads of sugar or drunk alcohol. So don't shoot the messenger. It's not that you're probably even listening, I'm probably just talking to myself as I know what to do. That's the fact. So no alcohol, full stop, and minimise sugar. But if you get stevia and psyllium husk, I can honestly say between them two things, you can sort of like, I can manage. So so basically that's the number one tip thing for today. And also I'd say to you, the things that are in your cupboard that you know you're going to have and you can't help having, just give them away to people and tell people you don't want them anymore. Just say, and when you go, I know they offer you biscuits and stuff, bring your own carrot, bring your own apple. Eventually they get used to it. To start with, you'll be polite and say, oh, all right, I just have one or whatever biscuit. Then after a while I think, no, I'm sorry, but if it's going to upset you that I'm not going to have a cake or something, tough luck, I'm not having it. So, and then of course there's nothing of you, because people, you know, they often say that if they're bigger than you. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not a competition. It's not about them. It's about, you know, the person like me wanting to shed the extra, which you can't really see in here, but believe me, there's plenty of it. So I'm going now, finishing this video, little vlog, because I think the next time I do it, I think I will actually be wearing just my t-shirt, and it'll be more of an exposure one, and then hopefully I would be well into doing this and give some proper advice with some proper, you know, like organised paper to give some bullet point things rather than waffle, because this is a lot of waffle, and I don't suppose anyone will listen to it, but maybe I'll listen back in the future and think, you know, give me some ideas of how I can present myself better. Anyway, anyone out there who has got through this and listened, well done. If you ask me any comments, you know, type anything, I will answer. And today I've lost 1 pound and I'm 8 stone 4, I think. So, which is a very nice weight, but there's still I'm still nearly 22 BMI, which is quite high because I'm only 5'1.5", and that's not even that. It's all about your own personal things. So, you know, Anyway, over and out for now. Have a nice day. Bye bye.